Here's what the police had said at a press briefing about the number of murders and shootings in Mount Salem, as well as one resident's response.
In 2014, there were 46 murders recorded in Mount Salem and its environs. In 2015, this rose to 70 murders. In 2016, the figure was 85 murders. So far this year, 54 murders have been recorded.
On national TV and telling persons that 54 persons were murdered in Mount Salem, and people in Mount Salem were trying to count and figure out where these 54 persons came from. So, I mean, we are happy that the police are in our community. However, we are wondering, why is it not in other communities that are more volatile?
I'm joined now by the publisher of the Western Mirror, that's the newspaper in the western end of Jamaica, Lloyd B. Smith, who says he has information that confirms that the information given to the Prime Minister to declare this zone was incorrect. Mr. Smith, welcome to Primetime News. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
All right, first of all, tell me, why do you say this information is incorrect?
Well, to begin with, the newspaper that I operate, we have always done a count of all the murders in the parish. We follow that very carefully. And from our own, if you pardon the expression, head count, there was no way, empirically or otherwise, that it could be said that 54 persons were killed in Mount Salem. Now, I need to quickly explain to listeners and yourself that Mount Salem has three components. There is Mount Salem, the overall community, but from a political standpoint, Mount Salem is divided into two constituencies. The side we are on right now, beside the Cornwall Regional Hospital, is Central St. James. The other side, if you cross the road, is West Central St. James.
So the figures that was announced, 54 murders, you're saying this applies to what section really?
Well, I would assume the section that has been cordoned off, that has been curfewed, which is the section in West Central St. James.
And you're saying that's incorrect?
Well, I'm saying that from a geographical standpoint, that is not all of Mount Salem. And from a political standpoint, there's also what is known as the Mount Salem Division, which comprises areas such as Rose Heights, the police division, the police station is right here. You have Rose Heights, you have Farm Heights, you could go on. So I am wondering if the statistics had to do more with the police division rather than with the community of Mount Salem. But whichever way you look at it, there's absolutely no way that 54 murders were committed in Mount Salem proper.
All right, have you checked back your count with what the police announced?
Yes, the last time I checked, we were at between 14, 15 maximum, because there are one or two. For example, a taxi man was killed on this main road by persons who were in the vehicle with him. And so, you know, that in itself would suggest that it just happened on the main road, which not necessarily, I would say, is a Mount Salem casualty. But my last count would have put it about roughly 14, 15. Others have put it at 12. But
all right,
certainly not 54.
All right. Well, in light of this that you have realized or you have tallied, what do you think should be done now that the zone is already declared? What do you suggest?
Well, for one thing, the people of Mount Salem deserve to get the other, let's say, the benefits. The whip was used initially by way of establishing ZOSO to bring in the criminals, and I don't have a problem with that. But now that the community has been brought into national attention and is seen as a flashpoint, as a hotspot, I do believe that every effort should be made to fully implement the social and economic interventions, as we were told would be part of ZOSO. And then at the same time, I think, quite frankly, that the Prime Minister, if it is that in the final analysis he was misled by the information he got from the police high command, then the right thing for him to do would be to apologize to the people of Mount Salem, because they have been put under tremendous stress and trauma because of this stigma that has been placed on the community. It must be understood, however, that, Herman, that the people appreciate the presence of the police and soldiers. They feel safer. But the truth must come to the surface. And if we are going to be able to effectively deal with the crime situation, then we can't use fake news or statistics that are totally out of whack. It brings into process the whole question of credibility and transparency.
All right, thank you very much. That's Lloyd B. Smith, the publisher of the Western Mirror here in the western end of Jamaica.